I'm going to introduce my father, Travis Whipple. I believe he has been helping us with the tech. He has been a wonderful father to us, me and my sister and my younger siblings and older siblings. So he has served a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He is a veteran. He has done some great work, and for the sake of time, I'll keep this brief. So without further ado, my father, Travis Whipple.
All right. This is going to be interactive, and I have to apologize up front. I've done this without adults, and I've done it with adults. And sorry, adults, you just think too much. So, if you're 21 and up, you're going to need to move back. I want you to pay attention and watch, because we are going to ask for your observations at the end. If you're 20 and under, I want you to leave these front 3 tables clear, but fill up the next rows completely. I don't want to see any chairs. And while you're doing that, I've got to move this thing around. Yep. Come on, guys. Move fast, because we're a little behind. All right, by way of quick introduction, I'm going to give you a situation. You are going to represent a department within the cabinet of the United States of America. I will explain a little bit more here in a second, but first I need to energy. Table for now. Services. Housing and urban development. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. All right. You two. That. All right. I need 2 adult volunteers with cell phones back in my classroom. Okay, we got 1. Anyone else have a cell phone? 2. All right. I want you to set your timer for 40 minutes. And then when there's 10 minutes left, just shout out 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. That way we'll keep on track. I'm going to give you dynamic time. Right now, set it for 3 minutes. You guys have 3 minutes to read over the information I just gave you. And when I hear the beep, I'll be back. Oh, one last thing. There is no possible way for me to give you all information on these sheets. So use your best judgment. Think about, okay, if I really was in this particular department, what tools would I have? What authority would I have? The limits are really your imagination. If you pass those, I'll pull you back. And then you can't get away with that. But be creative, be ingenious. And if you think it's reasonable that you would have access to a particular resource, then by all means, assume you have access to that resource. And if you don't, I will let you know that you don't. All right, go. Choose. Actually, go with that. I can go.
Are we broke up in we got 3 hours. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen of the council, I have your attention, please.
No, you may not.
You will be censored if you don't let me begin.
Okay.
We have a very serious situation occurring in our country right now, and the president desperately needs your information from your various departments, your input. He is going to be addressing the country in 90 minutes. We have 40 minutes to craft a response to the current situation. I have here briefings that I need you to review. That will bring you up to date on what's going on. How many representatives on the table? 31. I am here to advise and help in any way I can. Please start reading over the situation report. All right. Does every cabinet have a situation report?
Yes.
All right, as you can see, right now we are suffering from an unusually extreme, if you will, climate situation across our country.
Hey, you guys need to hear this.
We have severe snowfall, which was already west, coming down into the New England area. It has currently shut down most transportation in the region. We have tens of millions of citizens that are without power, water. It's a dangerous situation. In the south, or in the west, sorry, we have a severe heat wave occurring, which is creating a weird, I'm no climatologist, but we have some kind of weird situation that is forming a massive hurricane that's coming up from Mexico. What it's causing is severe hail, flooding, tornadoes in parts of Texas through the south and Midwest. At the same time, we just got reports that a magnitude 8+ earthquake has struck the Los Angeles area. There are also reports of several aftershocks in the neighboring areas, as well as Salt Lake City and parts of Idaho. And we are still dealing with rioting due to injustice issues in various major metropolitan areas. There are reports of security threats from the southern border, the Florida coast, and the north, possible terrorists or other threats taking advantage of the situation. Again, the president is going to be addressing the nation in approximately 90 minutes. We need to get your various inputs on how are we going to best handle this crisis situation. And we have to get it with enough time so that the president's speechwriters can turn your recommendations into common speech for the public. So what I need you to do right now is get with your departments. We've got, read over the situation report. It's going to tell you exactly what we need from you and what your responsibility is. But again, this will not cover everything. These are the critical points. Each of your departments are going to have individual and unique situations that you're going to have to make sure get addressed. So these are the major points, but you've got to make sure that your individual departments are also covered. And you're going to need to, per table, pick representatives that will compile your ideas and bring them forward. We'll break into subcommittees, and I will give you 7 minutes to begin your discussion. 7 minutes on the timer. Okay, so you are so you've got some surprises. So there is a common question here that I'd like to clear up. As a group, You are responsible for coming up with decisions that will solve the major issues listed on that sheet as an entire group. So even if you're Department of Labor or Department of Energy, you're still going to have to help come up with an idea. But as Department of Energy, you may have special knowledge about the power grid that say the Treasury doesn't. So you want to bring that expertise into a recommendation based off of that. But you may also have great ideas to do about it. Because you all have independent thinking minds as well. So consider what's important to your organization, but as an entire group, we need to address those 5, 6 critical elements and provide our feedback to the president on what we suggest the federal government do in this situation. All right, does that help? And also, write them down. You need to be figuring this out. If you need sticky notes to give you ideas, I got sticky notes for top 10. All right. Have you guys had an opportunity to leave the department and come up with a couple ideas? All right, give us 3 more minutes. We can run the clock and speak. The president is going to respond to it. I don't even know what. So don't get too into the weeds. Just start brainstorming. What's some ideas? How are we going to get that covered? How are we going to know that people who have Time's up. But not short time, so don't do this video. What I now want you to do is take the next, let's say, 4 minutes and talk to the people on your table. Now talk to everyone on your table and see if you can come up with ideas. As part of that, I want you to identify one person to represent those ideas in front of your table who's going to come down to the lower table in a separate. So 4 minutes go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so people are stuck. Okay. All right.
I'm the representative. Okay, I need to take your
All right.
Very everything check to do it. All I have written down is the transportation stuff. And I got some of the transportation written down. I'm also in charge of energy and
Hey, representatives, take your ideas, get them on your boards. You've got markers. Compile your ideas and discuss them. Are they good ideas? Do you want to do anything more? Are they good ideas for what?
to handle the damage. To handle.
Start writing them down.
What are you doing?
Everyone else? So, I want you to take the information you brought to each other, brought to your table. You're going to have about 2 minutes, share it, see if they have any good ideas for you. Okay, so
Yes.
Go.
So basically, we're getting chicken. Yeah, those get loaded. No, sheep. Sheep are even better. Really big. And they float. No, sheep float. Yes, that's what they do. Yeah, yeah. Everything up there. Hey! Okay, I want you to listen to the plan, and I'm going to ask you in a minute what you think of the response to this situation. All right. Okay, for the sake of those, those who are going to be providing input, you guys basically represent Congress, the office of the president, etc. They're going to determine whether or not you're going to go to the media with this information. Here's what they have. They were charged to cut resolve. We have power outages in most of the affected areas that they need to address while maintaining the national power grid for everyone else. They need to secure the nation from foreign enemies taking advantage of trying to take advantage of the situation, handling the tens of millions of people without food, clean water, sanitation, shelter, heating and cooling, shore up the national economy now and as part of the recovery, maintain law and order during this emergency, and then anything else that they could think of. You guys ready to present?
Go ahead anyway.
It's all to you.
So, world's gone to hell. Pardon my press. But the first thing we need to do is collect information. We can't have all that information, but there are people who do. Those people are local. We need to get in touch with them. We need to talk with the local experts to see what problems are happening where. Then we need to work on the National Guard. The National Guard is a very versatile tool because not only can they work on our Homeland Security Force, they also are prepared for events such as this. We saw in events past that they did indeed have the capability to assist in, well, dealing with hurricanes and whatnot. They have supplies that are tailored to this very thing. We can also potentially use this to reinforce the existing forces, ICE, that are patrolling this border. We also need to deregulate the private economy as much as possible because they're struggling enough as it is, and with excess regulations, they are going to go under. Very well, go ahead.
We have a solution for unemployment and need of food or things like that. We came up with that we could have people raise animals, work in agriculture, work in transportation or things, and without that being funded by the Secretary of State, you get an incentive to work. If they're working, they'll probably stay out of trouble, and it will get the economy going back again if people start working.
We also need to freeze Wall Street because as we saw with 9/11, the economy immediately starts to tank as soon as disaster strikes. So if we freeze that, it should be able to stave off the impending collapse of Wall Street. Once that initial shock is over, things open back up again. It's probably going to drop a little bit, as we saw with 9/11, but it is not going to absolutely crash as we saw in the Great Depression. Back to you.
Another thing we could do would be to regulate power from 10 to 7. So we take power for things and eventually it would get running again. And we could offer jobs and then we can have people fixing those. That would also get me back.
I believe that's it.
All right. Yeah, let's get on that. All right. How'd they do?
Where are the French?
Yeah. Chickens.
Where are
They always lose. What did you like about their proposal? Write down, we've only got another minute or so. What did you like about their proposal? Anyone?
It was creative.
Okay, how?
Just
the animals and how they were gonna create work and there was confidence in that. Very good.
They didn't just say, all right, the government's just gonna come in and we're gonna fix everything and we're just gonna give everybody money. And it'll fix everything.
All right,
I didn't get their speaking since I don't know what.
okay, good presentation. Any,
They got through the problem and then there's answer to working with that problem. And if you're working, people together.
I would offer a caution though. There's a temptation anytime there's an issue to jump in and to solve. You don't have to solve it. The individuals on the ground are better to solve. So as you move ahead, be cautious. If you hear something bad, we need your help, don't fall and fight on them. Turn it back to them, ask them what they're doing.
What we did, we tried to make them as self-reliant as possible. We didn't just say, here's the job, they have to work for the jobs. And doing those jobs, they would be helping others and these things like raising animals and trying to do things for yourself. Then trying to fix those other problems that the government is hiring people. So we were hiring the people to try and help fix the problems. They could feel involved, not feel like they were left out of it, or feel like they had nothing to do and they had no part in this problem.
all right, from the youth, what are some of your thoughts?
So like that agriculture part, it would, to me, I said we found to grow crops and raise animals. No, I was just wondering if there was anything further on that we could do to help with that.
Probably, but we don't have time.
Probably, okay, that's fine.
Did you learn anything?
Only a very tiny portion of the ideas we wrote down and tried to get out there actually ended up being a presentation.
Yeah, like French soldiers.
My last question, did you think differently because it was a crisis than you would have if it was just normal everyday life?
Yes. How? Because you were rushed and you didn't have time to get them.
Okay, did it change how you approach the problem?
Maybe a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay,
I just thought through it faster, which gave me more time for mistakes.
did you see how easy it could be to give up personal liberty in order to respond to a crisis? In what way? You're taking me this way.
So, it's, well, it has it like it's,
I can perceive several potential ways that this could be expanded upon. Freezing Wall Street. Now you're controlling the price of stock. Government already has their hand in that, but if you can freeze Wall Street, that's wrong. Because now you got another finger in the pot. National Guard, I could also see martial law and extended period of time after it, and then when somebody asks, hey, why is there still martial law? You are stutter because you don't have rights anymore. So that's one of the things that I saw while I was writing this. And also, when people are scared, they tend to take any sort of authority's word as gospel. So if we wind up telling them, hey, open a bike repair shop, you need to ride your bike every day, you need to ride pack animals to the store every day. Those turned out having unforeseen consequences. I can't think of anything right now, but if somebody happens to be more experienced in that industry, they might be able to say, there's a repercussion there. And then now there's a massive repercussion. Can't really do much about
Right,
that.
thank you. Patrick Henry, in his address at the Virginia Constitutional Convention, said, virtual slumber, your enemies will be watching, consequently, you will be undone. Less complicated.
A major importance is the people that they are going to work and implement the things they figured out is an answer to the problem that's workable, but you've got to have the people in place that are in authority. Who manages the national